All right, today we're going to look at these two headphone amps, bass amps. One is a Joyo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and the other is a Vox. I've had both of these for quite some time now and put a lot of miles on them. So we're going to tell you about the features, how they hold up, how they sound, what I like and what I don't like about them. But before we do that, hopefully you get something out of this video and you can give it a big thumbs up. That would help me out. And also consider subscribing to the channel. It's a new channel at this point, and we'd like to get as many subscribers going as possible. And also consider going to www.doggonebass.com and get yourself an F-Clef sticker. All right, on with the show. So which one do I like better? Well, let's put it this way. Which one works better? And that would be the Joyo, because the Vox doesn't work at all right now. The one real flaw I see in this product is that the jack is pretty flimsy. It rotates for convenience, but that has its downside. So when it broke, I went ahead and bought the Joyo as a cheap alternative, and it is much less expensive, about $20 as opposed to $50 for the Vox. But I do like the Vox better, so I did go ahead and attempt to repair, and I was successful. All right, keeping in mind that the Joyo costs $20 and the Vox costs $50. Let's compare them. So the Vox has it has that movable input jack, which I think is the bad thing about this. It works, it helps, it definitely makes it easier to get in a position that's less cumbersome, but it will break. That has a button on that end that turns it on and cycles through 3 power levels. So if you have an active bass, it will work, which will not work with the Joyo. We'll talk about that later. So we've got the headphone, the auxiliary input, the volume, the tone knob, and then that third wheel is the drum machine, which has 3 different beats, and then you press the button and turn the dial to change the tempo. Yeah, it works well. I think it would be nice to have a metronome in it, but that's just me being picky. Tone is definitely better. The tone knob actually does something. It changes the tone as you turn the knob. The controls work. They do what they say they're going to do. Again, it does work with the active bass. I have a Sterling that's pretty hot, and it definitely, you have to tinker with it a little bit, but it does work. The Joyo, on the other hand, does not work with active bass. I barely can make it work, and it sounds like crap. So keep that in mind if you have an active bass. So the headphone jack is at the end. Actually, they're both on the end. One's on the auxiliary jack is sort of on the, and you can't see there. You see the headphone jack. You see what says mix, and that doesn't really work. Tone, and then volume. And then on-off switch actually works well, because it's more positive than the button that's on the other. But it does not cycle through power mode, so you're definitely, with an active bass, like I said, you may not want to get this. That mix knob, I have no idea what it does. It doesn't seem to do anything. I thought it was going to mix the signal between the bass and the auxiliary, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to do anything. So there you go. I will tell you one thing I don't like about either one of these is that they eat batteries. And I go through at least 2 batteries a week, sometimes 4. And when the battery starts to fade, it'll work, but it sounds like crap, and it just gets worse and worse. And they both do their own little tricks and stuff. So you got to keep fresh batteries in them, so you just burn through a lot of batteries. And I use this probably an hour a day. So there you go. They've got a lot of miles on them. Would I buy either of these again? Well, I probably would not buy the Vox again, even though it works better, and I'll explain why in a minute. The Joyo, when it dies, I may buy another one because it seems to last, and I would use it for just, when I go camping or something and I can't bring a practice amp or have a place to plug in. And, I practice religiously, so I would like to have that ability. And for $20, it does work, so we'll go with that. But I think what I would do instead of getting the Vox is, for another $40, you can get a Fender Rumble that has an input and a headphone jack, so you could do the same thing with that. Or if you had a little more money, and I like this one better, 25 watts. Supposedly it's much smaller and actually sounds really good and has a tuner built in. So I think I would go with the orange if I was feeling flush. So I'm gonna have to sell a lot of FU stickers for that. So maybe you can help me out when we get that orange and we'll do a review on it. But in the meantime, hopefully you found this helpful and you can make a informed decision if you're going to buy one of these products. So give us a thumbs up, give the video a thumbs up. Go visit www.doggonebass.com and get yourself an F-Clef sticker and subscribe. We need more subscribers. Thanks for watching.